towards the Firmament. This you have to do in order to unlock the custom deliveries in the Firmament. Prominently posted, the notice fairly jumps out at you. The notice reads, workers sought for the Firmament reconstruction project. In smaller letters, it continues. Let it be known that large-scale reconstruction works aimed at revitalizing the Holy See of Ishgard have been approved by the Houses of Lords and Commons. Selected as the principal site for the project is the Firmament District, which sustained extensive damage during the war. Willing and able hands are now sought to contribute to the reconstruction effort, regardless of birth and origin. From those skilled in gathering from the land to those adept at creating with their hands, the project's needs are great and diverse. Contributions will not go unrewarded. Interested parties are invited to present themselves in the Firmament. According to the note at the bottom of the notice, a man named Thaumalin in the broom will show you to the district. All right. You want to be Thaumalin?
Well met, friend. Answering the call of the Firmament, are you? Wonderful, wonderful. Wait, I know you. You're the savior of Ishgard. Are you saying that you would contribute to the reconstruction project?
Yes, I am. Ready and willing.
To think that a fabled hero such as you would help to rebuild our city, we are grateful beyond words. There is just one trifling matter. Do you perchance possess a work permit? It is a requirement for non-Ishgardians, you see.
No.
Is that so? As I recall, you are a ward of House Four Thames, in which case perhaps an exception can be made. Alas, I don't have the authority to make such a decision.
Well, I do, and I believe the permit can be overlooked in this case. Oh.
Lord Overseer, that you should grace us again. Greetings, my friend. It has been quite a while. Indeed, I shouldn't be surprised if you have forgotten me.
I have not forgotten you, actually.
Honored am I that you should remember me. Much and more has happened since we first met, not least of all the war's end and Ishgard's transformation. It feels like an age ago that you and Lord Horshafont saved me from a heretic's fate. You had proven your worth to me then. Even so, little did I expect that you would go on to save our entire nation. You are a hero to us all, and no amount of words could express my gratitude. No, only through action could I begin to repay the debt. Thus did I resolve to do my part for Ishgard, that I might honor those noble souls who risked life and limb to protect the nation. Souls such as you and Lord Horshafont. And so, when an overseer was being sought for the restoration project, I put forth my candidacy as the representative of my house. Our workshops and engineers could be put to good use, I reasoned. It was by no means unanimous, but the Fury saw fit to see me elected to the office. Honored am I for this opportunity to serve the nation, and to redeem House Halenart's good name. Owing to the contribution of artisans hailing from far and wide, we have accomplished our goal of rebuilding the district. However, we are still short-handed in the area of administration, on account of which I have been performing such odd tasks as I could. Which is what brings me here today, as a matter of fact. I am about to go and survey our citizens in order to learn what they envision for the Firmament. If you can spare a moment, might I have the pleasure of your company? Well-traveled as you are, your opinion would be of great interest to me, and I believe folk would be more willing to share their thoughts with you. You have my gratitude. Without further ado then, let us take ourselves to the Jeweled Crozier. We are bound to find a diverse assortment of people there.
All right. Join Francel as he surveys passerbys to learn their opinion of the Firmament. As the survey may take several minutes, you may wish to cancel any pending duty finder registrations. Okay, sure. Oh, it's Hilda! I do not remember my voice for Hilda. Rip. Well, well. I come here to get supplies for the watch. And what should I find but a familiar face? And if it ain't a pretty lad you've got with you, Kat, and a highborn one besides, you've done well for yourself. You know me, I always aim high. I have to. I'm teasing is all. Any road. It's good to see you, my friend. What brings you here?
Lady Hilda, your reputation precedes you. As you may be aware, approval was recently passed for the restoration of the Firmament. In order to build a district that best serves its residents, we would know what good citizens such as yourself envision for it. Will you not share with us your thoughts?
Ah, so you're the one they appointed overseer. Well then, you won't mind if I speak freely. Now, this ain't hardly revolutionary, but I want the Firmament to be a place we can all make an honest living, where if a man works hard enough, he can have a roof over his head and food in his belly.
Aye, might be the war's over, but for a lot of us the struggle continues. Same as before, the sort of struggle blue bloods will never know.
Remember, Ishgard don't belong only to the high and the holy now. If the nation's to prosper, all her citizens need to prosper. Well, we must be getting on, but if you've need of guards, feel free to send word. If the coin's fair, I reckon we can come to an arrangement. Bye, Hilda.
Ah, that there is Lord Briadian. I had heard that he was traveling in the realm in his capacity as a consulting inspector, but it appears he has returned to Ishgard. Like your good self, he is a well-traveled individual, and I should like to inquire after his opinion. Do you suppose we could beg a moment of his time?
Okay. A moment, good inspector. I said it with such enthusiasm. Is this the inspector I think it is from a different questline?
If it is an inspector you seek, you shan't find one more capable. Indeed, you could do worse. Far worse. Lord Briadine, a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I am Francel de Helnat, and I have the honor of overseeing the reconstruction of the Firmament. It is known that you are intimately familiar with all the city-states of Eorzea, and I should be much obliged for your insights. In your expert opinion, what is the one thing that you believe the Firmament needs most? If the district is to thrive, then it must have a thriving economy. As I have often observed in my travels, the flow of goods and people is as lifeblood to a city and should be encouraged. Ishgard has long been insular, but the recent changes present a great opportunity. Given the right planning, I am hopeful that ours may become a nation where no citizen lives in want. I bid you the very best in your endeavors, and should you have need of my investigative prowess, do not hesitate to call upon me. By your leave.
Oh no, I'll be him, I guess. I can call him old boy! I'm gonna do it. Ho there, old boy!
Kat, I was wondering when you'd notice me. Ever a pleasure to meet you, old boy. And if it wasn't my dear Lord Francel, how fares your lovely sister? Has she perchance spoken of me of late?
If Laniate has spoken of you, I fear it has not been in our conversations. Now, if I may change the subject, Lord Emanuelaine, you will have heard that the restoration of the Firmament has commenced. Is there aught that you envision for the district?
What I envision? I can't say I've given it much thought. Well, what? With the war finally come to an end, what is in order if not festivities? Yes, make the Firmament into a festive place, I say. A place where one and all may engage in revelry each and every day.
Beg pardons, my lord, but I believe Lord Francel seeks something more specific and, dare I say, constructive. No, the advice comes from the heart, and I shall take it to heart. You have my gratitude, Lord Emanuelaine.
Always a pleasure to aid a fellow man. Now then, we must be on our way. Take care, Kat, and don't do anything I wouldn't do.
That won't be hard.
One odd thing to say.
Oh, and Lord Francel, do send my fondest regards to your sister. Tell her how very helpful I was. Yes, that's good.
Be a wingman.
Well, I dare say we have spoken with enough people. Shall we conclude the surveying and review what we have learned?
All right. Guess that's done. Fucking Emanuelaine.
Thanks to your presence, we were able to hear a diverse variety of opinions. Each one has merit. The question is whether the visions can be made a reality. No, such pessimism will not serve. I must have faith and try my earnest best. Now then, for all this talk of the Firmament, you haven't even seen it, have you? Would you care to inspect it with me? I will be there for a while hence, so please join me at your leisure. Firmament by the entrance will show you to the district. Oh, and when you see the man, would you mind giving him this? 'Tis bone-chilling work standing there as he does, and it is a little something to keep him warm.
Aw.
I could as easily hand it to him, to be sure, but it would be all the more warming coming from the savior of Ishgard. With that, I shall go on ahead. See you in the Firmament, my friend.
That's considerate. Cute.
Also, have you considered that, people in Ishgard might still feel a little weird about seeing a dragon flying around with you in the street?
Nah, they gotta get used to it.
Okay. Welcome back, my lord. Will you be heading to the Firmament?
I will be. Here's some mulled wine. Keep you warm. I don't know if that's what you should be drinking on duty, but, you know.
From the Lord Overseer, you say? He truly is too kind. Before I began working under Lord Francel, I had thought as little of highborns as I assumed they thought of us commoners. But my lord not only treats everyone as equals, he shows kindness to everyone. And to receive this gift from the hands of the savior of Ishgard himself, I am touched beyond words.
Aw.
Thank you, my lord. I shall enjoy the wine when I find a quiet moment. Now then, I believe Lord Francel is expecting you in the Firmament. Just say the word and I will show you through.
Yeah.
And it's the open gate next
I
to
know,
us.
I could just walk in, but it's fine. Oh, shit.
There you are, Kat. I bid you welcome to the Firmament. As you can see, the rebuilding itself is complete. This is but the beginning, however, and we must now turn our attention to the running of the district. We have much and more to do, but speaking to the people has stoked the fires of my determination. I want to make the Firmament into a vibrant, thriving district where highborn and lowborn alike may live side by side in harmony. Yet I would be lying if I were to say the task does not daunt me. There is a limit to what I can achieve, especially given House Halenart's diminished influence.
Have I come at a bad time? Who is this? I'm gonna cry, it's fine! Do you want to be Count Edmond?
Count Edmond?
I love him!
What do we owe the honor? Lest you forget, I am the Count de Fortemps no more. Just a retired old man. As for my presence here, Emanelaine reported that Kat was in Ishgard, and I thought I would make a social call. You will forgive me my eavesdropping, but it seems the reconstruction project is not immune to the uncertainty that has accompanied our nation's transition to a republic. Kat, I am given to understand that the other nations have established residential districts for adventurer use. Is this true?
No. I have a house in one. I don't, actually. Yes, I've heard of such places. Sorry, I've been living under a rock. Amazing.
Districts specifically for adventurer use, where they might possess their own abode? Intriguing. The truth is our nation is divided by a gulf. While the redistribution of wealth may go some ways towards closing this gulf, it shall not lead to true independence for the masses. We must ask ourselves, in this new age in which we live, what role should each one of us play? In pondering this dilemma, I believe that we may draw inspiration from adventurers and their independent lives. Independent lives? If we were to translate this into the Firmament, might it not assume the form of self-administration? It seems you have found a spark, in which case this old man's ramblings have served their purpose. I shall pray for your success, Lord Trancel. Your words are as a beacon in the dark, my lord. Thank you. Well, Kat, you seem to be occupied at present, so I will leave you to your tasks. But when next we meet, I hope to be regaled with your recent adventures. As ever, our Fortemps Manor is at your disposal should you need a rest.
I love you, stepdad.
Why the fuck have I been going to the inn all the time?
That's a good question. The fuck are you?
You done talking, Francel? Because I'm itching to meet your hero friend. Yes, forgive me for the wait. Kat, permit me to introduce you to Ogebert. Formerly an engineer of our house, he now serves as the project's chief foreman. It is thanks to his leadership on site that I am able to focus my energies on the administrative aspects of the reconstruction. Franco's told me all about you, Kat. First you saved the whole bleeding nation, now you're helping us rebuild it brick by brick. What can I say except it's great to have you on board. If you have any questions about the work, I'd be happy to field them. Just save the tedious stuff like the budget for Francel, eh? Speaking of which, if you can spare another moment, my friend, I should like to consult you on some administrative matters. With all the little tasks demanding my time, I cannot always be present on site, but I endeavor to visit as often as possible, and I hope to see you often too.
All right, we did it. Holy shit. First quest done. You have now access to the Firmament. An option has been added to teleport here from the Foundation Aetheryte. Speak with Ogebert? I don't know. To learn about how you may contribute to the reconstruction effort. All right.
Right, Kat. If you're going to lend us a hand, a little explanation is in order. First thing I want to talk about is that there Sky Builders board. Most of what's written there is for newcomers, though I reckon it never hurts for even veterans to give it a look from time to time. Besides that, we try and keep a record of our progress to date that it might guide us going forward. Now then, let's talk about the work itself. The main thing we need our artisans to do is provide us with supplies. On that topic, I reckon it's quicker if you speak with Potkin over there. Run along and introduce yourself to him.
Oomst. But yeah, I think we have to do this before to let us have any other access. Potkin. I'll be him.
Oh, my lord, Kat. Chief Foreman mentioned that you might be helping us. It'd be my pleasure to explain the work to you. Though the reconstruction effort itself is complete, we remain in need of supplies for maintenance and upkeep for the Firmament. The items you donate will be put to use for building, inspection, and repair, as well as to provide necessary services to all those who call the district home. Items you wish to donate can be brought to myself. Feel free to ask me anytime about what we seek. Naturally, you'll be rewarded for your contributions. Depending on the item, we'll present you with the amount in Sky Builder scripts. Oh, and I should mention that we've introduced an initiative to provide additional incentive and excitement to collaborators such as your good self. The initiative takes the form of a game of chance called the Kupo of Fortune.
Okay.
Permit me to give you a brief overview. When you donate certain items to us, you will receive a stamp upon a voucher. Once you have collected 5 stamps, you may take the voucher to Elizabeth for your chance to win a splendid prize. If you wish to know more, I recommend you speak with Elizabeth herself.
Okay, I guess I'll speak to Liz. Oh my god, look at her crown. It's a Moogle crown. I kind of love it.
If you are interested in Kupo nuts, I'm afraid I cannot assist. But if you're interested in a Kupo of Fortune, you've come to the right place, Kupo. If it please you, I shall explain how the game works. Upon each Kupo of Fortune card, there are 4 hexagons, each depicting a treasure chest provided courtesy of our Moogle friends. Playing is simple. You scratch open a chest of your choice. If the chest holds something from 1st to 4th prize, congratulations!
Congratulations.
The fabulous item shown on the prize list is yours. But be fairly warned, a ferocious beast lies in wait for hapless treasure hunters. Should you find a griffin instead, you must console yourself with a consolation prize. Now for some important details. The chest on the left holds only 2nd, 3rd, and 4th prizes, meaning while you cannot win 1st prize, neither is there a danger of finding a griffin. The 3 chests on the left, meanwhile, the right, I know my lefts from rights. The 3 chests on the right, meanwhile, can hold any of the 4 prizes as well as a griffin, meaning while you have a chance to reap the richest reward, you may also walk away with a paltry prize. Which side you scratch open is entirely your choice. As the prizes on offer change each time you play, be sure to cast an eye over the prize list before trying your luck. That concludes the explanation. If you wish to review the rules, I will post the information on the Sky Builders board, so please refer to it at your leisure. Oh, and may I ask if you've been informed about exchanging Sky Builder scripts? If not, I urge you to seek out Ani for the details.
Welcome, my lord. You honor us with not only your presence, but your contribution besides. Now, you may have heard that contributing to the cause earns you Sky Builder scripts. These may be brought here to be exchanged for a selection of wares. We endeavor to expand the range of items offered, that we might continue to attract contributors, even now that the reconstruction effort itself has been completed. Aside from donating items, you may also earn scripts by bringing materials gathered in the diadem. Have you been informed about these, perchance? If not, Flot Passat, that's a name, will be able to furnish you with the particulars. Meanwhile, I shall look forward to exchanging many scripts for you.
My lord Kat, what an honor. How may I serve you this day? You have a mind to employ your gathering skills for the benefit of the restoration, you say? Marvelous, marvelous. It shall be my pleasure to provide you with an explanation of our work. As you're doubtless already aware, the Firmament's reconstruction demands a veritable mountain of materials. In order to meet this need, it was decided that we would harness the Diadem's abundance of resources. Able gatherers such as your good self may venture forth onto the Isles and bring back materials to be used in the Firmament's reconstruction. Given the nature of the Isles, however, we must make certain that materials found there are not, shall we say, tainted before we put them to use. To that end, we ask that you bring all the items you have gathered to myself for inspection. Those items that are deemed safe will be returned to you with a seal of approval. Unless you wonder, yes, fish are also subject to inspection. By your puzzled expression, I see you struggle to fathom what use the restoration has for fish. You say the fish that inhabit the diadem are known to consume unusual things, and through inspection, we determine whether a creature holds resources in its belly. Once this is confirmed, you may help yourself to the bounty with a quick spot of desynthesis. Now then, you are surely curious as to what you stand to gain for your travels. In recognition of the dangers of the diadem, we offer Skybuilder's script by way of recompense. Furthermore, all materials you find are yours to do with as you please. For whether you choose to sell them to crafters or craft with them yourself, they will ultimately benefit the reconstruction. And that concludes my explanation. If you've a mind to travel to the diadem for this endeavour, pray present yourself to Lord Orville beside me for further information.
I don't, but I'm forced to.
Ah, my Lord Cat, you are welcome. I take it you have received an overview of our part in the restoration effort. It shall be my pleasure to apprise you of all the details. As you are doubtless aware, the diadem is a land where the aether is in constant flux. This phenomenon gives rise to an ever-changing environment. But if there has been one constant, it is that the Isles have always teemed with savage creatures. Yet when I recently journeyed there to investigate a change in the aether, what should I find but that the population of dangerous fauna has markedly decreased. Never has it been easier to avail ourselves of the diadem's bounty. Seeing the potential for this development to benefit Ishgard, I presented this discovery to our nation's leaders, who wasted no time designating the Isles as an official foraging ground for the restoration project. And now we seek those versed in the field of foraging to travel to the diadem and bring back resources needed for the Firmament's reconstruction. Lest you worry that pickaxes, hatchets, and fishing rods provide poor protection against those creatures that still lurk the Isles, never fear. We have measures to keep our valued volunteers safe.
Oh.
Behold, the aetheromatic auger. Conceived by none other than my lord brother
Stephanivian?
Conceived by none other than my lord brother Stephanivian, this ingenious contraption is a marvel of personal protection and resource procurement. Permit me to explain. As you know, the Isles of the Diadem are replete with ether. The auger gradually absorbs it as you go about your foraging. Once you have sufficient ether stored, you may unleash a compressed blast of it against a hapless fiend, and presto! The creature is now a bounty of resources. And there you have it. Armed with the auger, we ask that you gather and bring back resources from the diadem. It couldn't be simpler. But to think that my lord brother's creation should benefit my venture, which in turn serves to aid the efforts of our younger brother, all for the benefit of our nation. Proud am I to call myself a Halen Art. But come, my friend, we mustn't dally while honor and glory await. Let us set forth for the diadem at once. Is what I would say, but for the sake of formality, I'm required to introduce you to someone.
Oh my god.
Behind you and across from the kitchen, there stands Lord Ludovrent. Hailing from a long line of scholars, the man has a gift for numbers and is charged with tallying skyward scores. If you've a mind to lend us your procuring prowess, you would do well to speak with him.
Okay. Oh my god. I see them! Yes, I see them. The threads of fate entwine us. binding us together as strongly as chains of mithril. Long have I awaited the coming of one such as you. Ahem. My apologies, but I am wont to become excited in the presence of peerless artisans. My name is Ludovrant, and I have the honor of tallying skyward scores. In order to accord greater recognition to our collaborators, we have begun keeping records of your contributions to the restoration effort. By donating items that are exceptionally difficult to obtain or craft, you will earn an amount in skyward points. Now that the reconstruction effort itself is over, we've shifted our focus to collecting essential items necessary for daily maintenance and upkeep. As such, I continue to tally accumulated scores for our sky builders. Past various point thresholds, and it would be our pleasure to reward you with an assortment of gifts as a token for our thanks for your efforts. Should you wish to know your current score anytime, you need only speak with me. If you wish to know more, I would be happy to assist. For the sake of good form, however, may I trouble you to first report back to the Chief Foreman however.
There you are. I trust you've got a grasp of how things work around here now. And if you need to review something, the Sky Builders board's good for that. So, if you've got a knack for gathering resources, reckon you ought to have a chat with Orvale. Well, yes, the say's bound to be of interest. That's all from me for now. I'll let you run along, but let me just say this. For a famous hero like you to help us here on the ground, you're a good sort, Kat.
Okay, we actually don't need to talk to him. Oh my god, that was so much.